Hey, what's going on, Smart Saver Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good today on something I just feel like showing off. Let's go back to the classics. What band? We got ourselves the Magikarp Whale Lord GX Ultimate Art from Tag Bolt. Yeah, I'd have been there. It's just something you can't really explain. The card's really made. Little details like that. Magikarp being huge front and center. Whale Lord being a little and tiny in the background, but still showing that support. One of my favorite cards in the modern. I mean, they don't make cards like this. They don't really do it anymore. The alternate arts nowadays, beautiful. The SARs, they're sublime, but you can't just beat stuff like that from the tag. Man, some people missed out. I truly do feel bad. Anyway, let's pop in on our favorite people once again. Let's go check the internet for all our investment and advice needs. You know where we're going. r/Pokeinvesting, baby. It's been so long. I've been real itchy lately. I've really wanted to get back into doing this stuff again. It's my favorite thing just to actually go through. And we've had so much. There's so much stuff happening. And I'm very curious what my fellow investor brothers have to say about this. So, without further ado, let's hop into the one place, the good place, the best place in this Pokemon space. r/Pokeinvesting. God, my dick is so hard right now. Alright, let's start with one of my favorite ones right here. 6 days ago, why doesn't this Grotle get more hype? It's a cool card. I agree, Mr. Person, who definitely doesn't have 20 copies of this card trying to push it up. Why can't this card capitalize on the IR market right here? Why can't it just be fucking $400 like some? I completely look at all that stuff on there. There's Grotle. There's blue, Pika Blue. I see Pika Blue all over there. We got ourselves a Pigeon Bird. But who cares about all that stuff? We got Grotle front and center on the card because that's what... Bro, there's so many posts like this on r/Pokeinvesting where people are like, why is this card not worth this? What's going on here? How come this IR card? Hey, guys, let's get Demir Turtonator up to $400 too. Let's get that up to $300, baby. We can do it. Like, there's so many posts of people just pumping IR cards. And it's such an easy thing to detect what they're doing too. They use keywords like hype. Or should be worth more or something like that for the investment side of the house. It's crazy. But yeah, why is this card not worth more? Why is Grotle not worth more? Why is this middle evolution Pokemon card not worth more? You know, typically the least popular of all the evolutions. Usually the middle. There's very few. I think Duwat's the only one that's like more popular than the other two. That's a good one right there, Duwat. That's for the homies. People know that one. Oh yeah, but you'll find posts like this for days of people just pumping. It's my favorite thing. I wonder why stop there. Why can't it be $700? Come on, folks, get your fucking money out. Put your wallets on the table. Buy this fucking card. PSA 10s are limited, baby. Here we come. Are these ETBs worth investing in? Well, what do we got here, my fellers and felleries? We got ourselves some Scarlet and Violet base set. Oh, what's wrong? Is the Drowsy hype no good anymore? Is Slowpoke just not fucking itching your testicles anymore? Not getting you where you want to be? Wasn't that all the rage? Didn't Pokerev deem this set good all of a sudden? Wasn't he like, whoa, fucking base? We got ourselves a fucking base set thing going on here? Oh, god dang. That's a little too much energy for Rev. That was almost entertaining for a second. Anyway, like, what's wrong with these ETBs? It's like any sealed prog. You fucking grab it, you put it in a box, you forget about it, you fucking come back like 20 years later, Storage Wars finds it, they go through it, and all of a sudden you have like a $400,000 locker in there full of ETBs that no one even remembers. See, that's how it goes. That's what happens with this stuff. Yes, ETBs are fine. Pick them up if you want to. Honestly, I think Koraidon and Miraidon on the very front look great. It's a very underrated base set. Gardevoir. Man, what happened to that? Don't y'all like Miriam? Man, y'all aren't... I thought y'all liked that. I thought trainers were cool all of a sudden. I guess not. I guess Scarlet and Violet fell out of fucking... Man, it got old. It fell off, bro. We can't do that no more. Yeah, totally. Just pick them up. Pick them up if you want to. I have a couple of myself. There's no reason to not pick up a couple of them if you like the set. If you don't like the set, completely skip it. Who cares? If you don't care about money or anything like that, just screw it. Pick up the stuff you like. It's perfectly fine. I like how they look. I like the Pokemon on the front. That's just me. Oh, man. Oh, this one's not good. This technically isn't r/Pokeinvesting, but this popped up as a related post. I just had to look at this right here. Is my booster box fake? And we got two Evolving Skies right here. The one on the right has the booster packs looking to the opposite side. In addition, the seal looks kind of weird. Has anyone seen anything like this? The booster box on the left is a legit Pokemon box from the Pokemon Center. Can use it as a reference. So, that's a little interesting right there. We got ourselves an error box. We got an Evolving Skies booster box that is sitting here, and the packs are backwards. Maybe that's one of them. Hey, you can probably charge double for that, right? When you're looking at stuff like this, and you're looking at Evolving Skies, and you see packs like that, you just see stuff that's wrong, you immediately just look at it like, ugh, like, you give the Nessa face where you're like, ugh. Now, why is that as opposed to other sets? Because you can find stuff like this, and if Journey Together had its packs backwards, I really wouldn't think too much about it, because that set's been deemed mid, but for stuff like this, there's going to be a risk versus reward that comes with it. What's the actual reward for somebody scamming and resealing these boxes? For Evolving Skies, it's actually quite high, whether the box price itself being resold or the possible chase cards that can come in it. Anytime you're dealing with stuff like that, you see even the slightest of stuff off, unless it is a verified, trusted seller that you feel good about dumping $1,500 to. Hey man, I'd find a different box, because stuff like that, that is 100% a sketchy, like, it looks like to me, someone's a fucking moron and put the packs in backwards. That's what it looks like to me. Who knows? Maybe Pokemon did it, though. Maybe it's one of them fucking rare Leonhardt boxes where it's got the wrong card in it or something. One of those things. Speaking of which, speaking of other, is this too good to be true? What do we got here? We got a fella right here. They found themselves a Scarlet and Violet 151 Ultra Premium Collection for $64 in Monopoly money over here. God dang, what's that, like 20 bucks, $10 US? Dang, that's a freaking steal. Bro, hook me up with that. Hook me up with them prices. You know what I'm saying? You know, the box it sells for probably, what, like 300 bucks now? Yeah, they found it for like $40 or something. That's, I mean, it's probably legit, right? That's probably a legit box. It's probably something real, and I would definitely throw my money at this seller for one of these boxes. What's probably going to end up happening is you're probably just going to get the box gutted with nothing in it, and they're going to be like, you didn't read the description very well. I said you could get the Scarlet and Violet 151 box, not the contents inside, you fucking pleb. Learn how to read, put on some glasses, get hooked on phonics, you idiot. That's probably what's going to happen if you purchase this. No, you see this? This is just legit advice. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Once again, trusted sources, or look, if you're just looking at this, apply a little bit of common sense. Have two of the neurons fucking link up somewhere and do an exchange, because that, you're not getting one of these for 40 bucks, okay? I'm just saying. Ooh, we got a good one here. Actually, I got a little bit of good news. Found a booster box of Journey Together at Academy Sporting Goods, and they charged me $5.99 for the whole enhanced booster box, and they charged you $6. You know, usually people have a receipt of that to actually, I 100% believe this guy. It probably did happen. You know, it kind of reminds me of the time I went to GameStop and there was just a bunch of Hidden Fates ETBs there, and it was 2024, and they're like, you know what? We can't get rid of these. For some reason, they're just not going off the shelves. People just hate Hidden Fates. That cool black Charizard, no one wants that, homie. They just want him to go down the street. They don't want to see him again. Hey, Opossum. Yeah, because of the GameStop, they call me Opossum. Hey, can you take these off our hands for us? Can you take them? Can you get rid of these? Dude, we'll sell them to you for $5 each. Like, it's a super flat sale. And I was like, okay, GameStop, I'll bear this burden. I know that I got you. Let me take care of my local GameStop. And then we hooked up, we dabbed, we went to the Wingstop next door, and then we hugged it out and got some. It was a grand time. It reminds me exactly of that story where someone got a booster box for $6 with no receipt and not showing that stuff whatsoever. It reminds me a whole lot of that story. It's very similar, and it's got a lot of the same origins. I wonder if it was in the same town. It sounds like it could have been. Crazy. The things you see on r/Pokeinvesting. In Reshiram IR to be worth more, in my opinion. The set just came out not too long ago. I'll say it hasn't been out that long, but it already seems like more than half of the submissions ended with 9s. There's also less IRs than stamped in Reshes. There's tons of stamps currently in the market for around 20. It will flood the market, and I think we will see a bigger reversal. So basically, homie is saying, which is the popular thing to say, that IR cards are going to be pushed up here in the future, and the non-stamped one, you know, the one that's actually in the set that's pullable, is going to be worth more than the enhanced box one that sits as the top boxer. Now, I can't predict the future. People do funny stuff. There would have been a time where you couldn't have said promos, like actual promos from boxes would be worth a lot if they graded well or something like that too, because there were so many of them and all that. Like, it's one of those things where I can't predict it, but this dude's literally pulling like the IRs are going to be expensive, and that's already kind of the trend. There's already things like that, like any of the IRs from 151. There's select ones from Paldea Evolved, Magikarp, Raichu. You got Groudon. You got those tools, Yveltal. You got, what's the other one? What's the other big one? You got Latios. There's a few other ones. I'm kind of drawing a blank here for a second. There's so many really popular ones. Drowsy, before it had the eventual collapse of being fake. It's riding off that. Honestly, if you just like the card, you can pick up the card. I really do think Journey Together is going to take a dip at first, and then at some point, people are going to fucking hop back on the Journey Together train, and it's going to go back up at some point. And it's going to go back up massively because some of the cards in there kind of resemble ones from the Sun and Moon era that did very similar things, where people all of a sudden 4 years later discover that Lily was in a set, and they're going to go after that too. So honestly, buy it if you want to. I think it's not going to be a bad purchase. I think the card fucking rocks. In and Reshiram are just great anyway. Gen 5 supremacy all the way. If you like the card, pick it up. You're really not going to have a bad time just picking up things you like. You'll never have a bad time. I promise. Thoughts on Terastal Festival Evolutions? It's kind of a loaded question, isn't it? Like, thoughts on them is like, in what sense? Like, just them overall, or how they compare to other cards? Like, I mean, are they ever going to compete with the Evolving Skies counterparts, the Sword and Shield ones? How do they compare to Neo? Do people actually even like Evolutions? Japanese versus English? What we talk? It's a very loaded question just to go into that. Oh, they explain down here, excuse me. Since Prismatic Evolution slabs go for so much money, the next big thing people will try to get are their Terastal Festival slabs, especially PSA 10. Thoughts? Like, what do you mean? Yes, they will, or no, they won't? Dude, PSA 10 slabs will sell forever. It doesn't matter what they are. Are some of these going to be as much as their English counterparts? Probably not, but what's probably going to happen is Terastal Festival is going to get a fucking correction where they just go up and up over time naturally and not as crazy harsh as English did, and their actual progression up will make more sense. Now, I do think there is a solid chance Japanese will be reversed and fucking pumped once again, because that does happen, and I think we're actually due to see it kind of happen here soon. But these ones, I think they're following more of a normal market price as opposed to their Prismatic Evolution counterparts. At least to me, that's how it kind of seems. But I mean, hey, they're great cards. You can pick any of these up, and you want to throw them in a binder raw, you want to get a 10, you want to fucking do BGS, you want to do CGC. I don't advise CGC, but hey, you do you. Hey, throw them in a tag slab. I heard they fucking really fix their stuff. I heard it's doing way better over there at tag. Just throw in that sucker. Nothing will happen to your slabs, I promise. But hey, pick up these cards. Evolutions and stuff like this, you're never going to fucking have an evolution that doesn't sell, move, or collect well. That's just not going to happen anymore at this time or state. And then finally, how can we do a r/Poke investing with one of these posts? Hey guys, should I hold or sell? These are the 2016 Japanese Halo. Halo, man, Halo Pokemon collab go crazy. Promo Mario and Luigi set. 4 have been graded, 10 at PSA. Not sure how many more 10s are out there. Man, if only there was a website that would tell us. That's crazy. I think these were the very first Nintendo Pokemon cards with Mario and Luigi. That's a very good assumption. You did your research there, pal. Do you guys feel that these could hit 6 figures in 20 years? What a question. What a thing. Should I hold or sell? Like, what do you think? That you didn't even ask if you're holding or selling at that point. It's just the title. What do you think, man? You got these cards. This is just fucking subtle flexing. Look, if you guys want to flex your cards, if you guys just want to say, look at these cool cards I have, that's fine. But, like, there's fucking better ways to do it than just to, like, get on here and pretend you don't know what the hell's going on. You know what these cards are. You didn't acquire these on accident. You've done some research on the whole thing. You want to flex these cards. It's okay. You can have your fun flexing them. That'd be like if I just fucking did this.
r/Poke investing. What do I do with these cards right here? I found them. I was cleaning out my closet. I don't know what these are. What? I don't see Charizard. I don't see. It's just that weird cat thing. Once again, what do? I need someone to help me figure out if I sell or if I hold. What? I have some guy that helps me figure out what to order for food to. I have a guy that helps me pick out clothes. What do I do? What is it? What is that? Why does Pikachu look like that? He looks like my drug plug.
Awesome. Now somebody tell me if I'm supposed to hold, if I'm supposed to sell, if I'm supposed to throw, if I'm supposed to grade. Someone tell me, because I'm not sentient. I can't think. I use r/Poke investing, unironically, as my market advice that determines whether I buy or sell anything, because I don't think. I'm just incapable of doing so. Buy what you want. Collect what you want. I'm glad to see r/Poke investing hasn't changed much. We still got that same r/Poke investing feel, and I'm going to check some more r/Poke investing stuff. I'm going to try to get back into it again. I love looking at it. There's so much stuff you could talk about on there for days, just where people are either trolling or just questions about it. It's just a fun time. It's great. I have fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. I'm going to try to hop on a little bit more, but hey, it's hopefully you're having a great week. Almost Friday after all. Have a great one, Virgin Gang. See you later. Should I hold or sell? It's not r/Poke investing unless you got all that stuff in there too. Guys, this is the chase card, okay? I pulled it. I got it right here. There's a guy at my door, and he's saying if I don't make a decision to hold or sell, he's going to abduct my family. What do? I need this. Someone help. I need help. Umbreon Master 64. Please tell me what to do with this card. My life depends on